You're moments away from today's live stream Q&A. During this stream, we encourage you to ask your questions. From now until the end of today's stream, you will have the option to purchase personalized autographs and one-on-one chats with your favorite celebrities at GalaxyCon.com. GalaxyCon is the copyright holder of this video content. The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted work is strictly prohibited.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to GalaxyCon Live, where we're bringing the convention experience directly to you. I'm your host for today's panel, Mario Bueno. Adapted from Zuden Sentai Kyoryuger, the 37th season of the popular Japanese Super Sentai series, Power Rangers Dino Charge is the 22nd season of the long-running Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. It debuted in February 2015 and was followed by a second season, Dino Supercharge. So we are very excited to be speaking to the core Rangers of this particular season. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and bring out our Dino Charge Rangers, starting with someone who you may know also as Millie in Hillhead, and of course, Kendall Morgan, the purple Dino Charge Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Charge. Claire Blackwelder, welcome to our virtual stage. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing just fine. Still just so in awe of that lovely brick backdrop that you have going on there. It is on point.
Very New York.
Yep. And it seems we're going to be joined by some more neighbors of ours in just a bit. But before we bring them on, we are also going to be bringing on Tyler Navarro, aka the Red Dino Charge Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Charge. Brennan Mejia, welcome to our virtual stage.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Seriously, all of you guys just have these wonderful aesthetics going on with your backdrop. You got the Spider-Man chair. You have the cool hexagons going on there. Top tier.
We do what we can.
And next up, also joining us on our virtual stage, you know them as Ivan, the Gold Dino Charge Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Charge. Please welcome Davi Santos to our virtual stage. Hello. Whoa!
That is more than I am happy to see.
Oh man, thank you for being here, and thank you for the awesome prop that you are bringing to our virtual stage. How you doing over there?
That's not a prop. Like a very sharp sword. Well, you never know. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. Please don't cut yourself with that. That'd be really awkward for our live stream, let me tell you. And rounding out our group here today, you know them as Sunji in Pretty Dudes, Joshi in Hyperforce as the Green Ranger in Power Rangers Hyperforce, and as Koda, the Blue Dino Charge Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Charge. Please welcome Yoshi Sudarso to our virtual stage. Welcome.
Whew. Good thing I wet pee and all that beforehand.
I like how your hair is blowing on top of your head, kind of, because when you put your
head
there you go. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
So I'm all confused.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
The living Photoshop aesthetic that I was quipping about in the pre-show. You did it. Thank you for being here.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, so before we launch into our fan questions for today, we're just going to kind of get this one started with a general one for all of you. So, again, as I said at the top of the show, this was the 22nd season of the long-running Power Rangers series, which itself comes from a very, great heritage of Japanese Super Sentai. So it's had a lot of impact over multiple generations across multiple cultures, certainly. I know I myself started with the original Mighty Morphin back in the early 90s, so I have a very long-running appreciation of the Power Rangers franchise myself. For all of you individually, before joining the show, did Power Rangers happen to have any sort of prior impact on your life, or was it something that just kind of became a part of your life when you became a part of this season of the show?
You want to start us off, Claire?
Sure. I guess my answer is the worst for this. So
No.
To be perfectly honest, this is something that I say kind of like every time. It's probably pretty boring at this point, but I wasn't really allowed to watch much TV growing up at all, and so I didn't really watch Power Rangers. I didn't have much of a knowledge of it. I knew what it was, and I knew that all my classmates, dressed up as Power Rangers for Halloween and everything, but it wasn't really on my radar aside from that. So actually, when I got the role and called my mom about it, she was like, "What? That's still on?" I was like, "I know." So, it was, but then once I joined the cast and became part of this world, I was like, "What? This is insane! Of course, it's still around. This has such a strong community. How could it go away?" So it's just been super special to be indoctrinated into this world, and I've just loved it. Yeah.
Good job.
That's beautiful. I was next. I am next. And
Go for it.
I used to watch, Mighty Morphin Man was like my beginning. It was so awesome. And I was like, I had everything, like the bed sheets, the toys, the birthday parties, the several birthday parties. But I was like always the Red Ranger. So when I found out I didn't get it and they said gold, I was like, I don't know if I could do this.
Whatever. I don't know if I can be the sparkly, shiny knight.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, he is the 6th Ranger. He's technically, offers stuff that he's the Red Ranger, but like the Gold Ranger is like the 6th. So I was like, you know what? I guess I can make an exception for that. And so that's how.
There you go.
Thank you for compromising to join our cast.
I was so excited. Honestly, like, it was one of those many dreams come true. Honestly, like growing up, like always pretending to be one, and then like being one was like reconnecting with like this ancient part of me that felt really special.
I love that. Brendan, you want to
go? Sure. Yeah. I mean, I was a fan from the beginning. I mean, I just was
sick.
But I mean, I don't know. Yoshi and I always talked about it, especially because like Dobby came to set months later, being the 6th Ranger. So Yoshi and I like grew up watching, as he'll tell you in a moment himself. But I had the birthday parties as well. There's a picture of me as a little kid holding the dragon dagger, and I had a green Power Ranger cosplayer at my birthday party who actually was not a cosplayer, was hired from a different adult themed thing that I did not know of as a kid. An accident. That was a fun story. So I don't know the age range. I'm not going to get into that right now. But so I had all the toys. My best friend would come over and spend the night, and we'd build all the Megazords together and stuff like that. So super cool to be a part of the legacy and like from a fan to a Ranger and still like repping the clothing.
I forget that story, and it kills me every time you say it. Oh
right?
My god.
Yep. It's true though.
It's like ding, 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 ding.
It was a special kind of dancer in the Green Ranger suit.
Just one more time.
Yeah, Yoshi.
I know we're going to be highlighting for our YouTube channel. You might as well just throw it on the Insta Reels as well. Do we have a TikTok?
Just make a meme.
Do we have a TikTok?
Put it all in there. Put it all in there. Oh my god, so good. That's how you summon the Zord. That's how you summon the Zord.
If I were the Zord, I'd right here.
That'd be the adult parody. That's how you summon the Zord.
There's a rule, right? What is that rule? Anyway. We're gonna move on. So yes, I did grow up watching it as well. I think it's just so wonderful to see like all the different types of people that end up becoming Rangers and finding our way into this world. For me, I grew up in Asia, so we had Super Sentai. So Sentai is a little different, and we had I had seen Dairanger, just like bits of it, Dairanger, a little bit of Bioman, stuff like that, stuff that didn't come to America. Basically, how it works is Super Sentai is only in Asia, and they have the monopoly there. And anywhere else would be Power Rangers. So when we came to America, after seeing Zyuranger, which is what Mighty Morphin was, Yellow Ranger was a boy, and his character name was Boy. We moved to America and saw the Yellow Ranger as a girl. I was like, something's different. But as a kid, you're kind of like, meh. You know, you forget, you don't even think about it, but it's just so crazy to see all those worlds kind of coming together. You know, I grew up on Kamen Rider, Ultraman, all those tokusatsu shows. So being a part of this world, and you know, I'm like quite opposite of Claire, where I was one of those that kept watching. Like I had seen all of the seasons after, most of the seasons after. You know, we don't talk about Mystic Force or Overdrive or anything like that, but
I like Mystic Force. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you and your capes, all right? Get out of here. No capes, guys. No capes.
Okay,
right?
according to one person, one designer. It's not gospel.
The best designer.
Whatever.
But you know, it's kind of wonderful. Again, same thing. We got to be like, we grew up saying it's Morphin time for fun. Like, you know, for those of us who did, that was something that was like everybody did. And then you know, you'd go to school and we all played Rangers, and you kind of played around with whoever, you know, that you felt like you connected with. And I remember the day that my best, like my favorite day was the day I got to say it's Morphin time. And I knew, you know, they were going to edit it with VFX and whatnot, and then the chomp and all that stuff. It was really cool. It was really cool to like be able to say that and lead that morph. So yeah, it's a special time for me. It's always been a special time. So
rock and roll. So yeah, very passionate group here, and you know, to kind of, you know, make you feel even better, Claire, about, you know, despite being, you know, kind of a late entry into the Power Rangers family, going back to what I was saying at the top of the panel, you know, the fact that you were still being exposed to it, you know, secondhand for so long, and it had that long lasting appeal. It just goes to show, you know, the special you know, bond that this particular fandom happens to share, you know, across multiple cultures. Because again, to Yoshi's point, you know, it's been ongoing even before we got it here. I was chuckling because Ultraman was also one of my early gateways. We got Ultraman Great, aka you know, Towards the Future, for those of you who were young enough to see that in syndication. So it's just absolutely bananas, like how this has brought so many people together and brought in so many people into this fandom. So you are in great company, and we're glad to have you here.
It's super crazy. Whenever I think about Power Rangers and how long it's been around and how I didn't, you know, I wasn't raised on it. The very first episode of Power Rangers ever aired 2 days after I was born. So I feel like I, in a way, like technically did grow up exactly with it. It just took, you know, 20-something years for that to finally come together.
That is an awesome coincidence, to be honest. It's like it was fate. It was in your DNA.
Exactly. My mom says like, timing. Perfect.
Listen, you guys gotta remember, she played the most mature character on our show, but she was also one of the youngest.
That's true.
You know, me and Brent feel real nice and old.
So now that we've heard from all of y'all, especially since you are such passionate fans of the overall series itself, it's time that we hear from our GalaxyCon Live super fans. Let's start throwing up some fan questions here. This first one is from Oliver. Who is your favorite villain of all time?
That's a good one. That's such a good question, Oliver.
I like Ivan Ooze, honestly.
Okay.
If we're talking about Power Ranger villains, I mean, I don't know if we're like talking about like other series. But,
overall, or
yeah.
I think it's at all time of all time.
Okay,
so.
I'm going to assume of all time in the Ranger universe, though, just for myself. But Ivan Ooze was legit. Like, he straight up went after Zordon. Like, he knew what to do to take out the power source, in a sense, like straight on. So I don't know. I really liked the original movie a lot. So.
Yeah.
If it can be a non-Power Rangers, then
that will be
Othello for sure.
Who?
Yago from Othello.
Yago.
All right.
It's like so dark.
Choice there. I feel that.
Very dark.
I mean, I'm going to say Ganondorf if we're saying anything. You know.
All right. So yeah, you're allowed to have two picks if you so choose. Okay. There we go. I'm changing the rules. I'm in charge.
All right. Male would be Venom. Female would be Catwoman. And I think and like remember our friend from Mighty Morphin with that looked like that red Venom as well.
Carnage.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, exactly.
Lord
That's
Zed.
Lord Zed?
yeah, Lord
Yeah,
Zed
Lord
was
Zed, yeah.
my favorite and like the scariest. I remember being a little disturbed when I was like 6 or 7.
He was freaky.
Was?
Yeah, it's like he's like not naked, but he's like naked, but he's inside out.
Yeah. That's
His
an
brain's
accurate
literally hanging out of his skull.
description.
Man, I actually the thing is I love like anti-heroes. Like
Yeah.
so when you said like Selena, like I was like, I mean, but if we're putting anti-heroes as part of villain world, then mine would have to be Red Hood.
All right.
Mhm.
All
From
right.
Red
Batman.
Hood. Yeah. Because he basically is just like what a lot of people was like disagrees with Batman about is what he does, and he comes from the passion of like I was your son and you let me die.
He was
and
one
then
of the
you
Robins,
did nothing about it. Yeah, sorry, he was one of the Robins. He was the second Robin, and he technically second male Robin, and he was killed by the Joker, and Batman still did not kill him. And when he was resurrected back, all he felt was that pain and that anger towards Batman for still, even after his life was taken away by this guy, he still didn't kill the Joker.
Mhm.
So
No monster extinct for Batman.
not at all. Not at all.
Some monsters need to be extinctified. I don't know. That's not a word.
Extinctified.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
word.
yes, yeah, Lord Zed.
Turn it off.
All right, now I know what to do to scare him.
There we go. just bust out Zed. Okay, so let's move on to our next fan question. This one is from Carl. More of a general question for you. If you weren't an actor, what would you like to be doing?
Trying to be an actor.
I'm gonna laugh if y'all say I would be a Power Ranger, because I'm like, you know what? That is actually a valid answer.
I like Davi's answer. I'm 100%. I'm 100% with that. I don't know if anybody else heard it, but that's what I agree with.
Aside from acting as a whole, my first alternative was to be a spy. I wanted to go to go to different countries. I wanted to use technology and gadgets. I wanted to use my body. I wanted like high stakes, and I wanted to like
Yoshi, not like that.
Like world changing, like be
Use your
one of the good guys to change the world and help the world.
All right. Honestly, that's kind of one of the things that it's hard, because when I got into this business, my mentor at the time, his thing was, if you can see yourself doing something else, go do that, because acting in this industry just is a painful industry. And you got to have crazy fortitude to just keep going, and luck, a lot of luck. So I don't know what I would be doing. I don't know. Like what I initially wanted to do, let's say that what I initially wanted to do with my degree was I was going to be a math teacher in my own high school. I was going to go back to my high school and teach math, because I wanted to show people that it's fun to do math. I was one of those people. I know. Leave me alone. Not geometry. I like algebra. Okay, I like those kinds of things. And then I was gonna coach cheer in my high school. So that was what I was planning. But aside from that, I don't know.
Claire.
Yeah, I mean, kind of on the same page as Yoshi. I feel like that's something that a lot of people's mentors say. If you can see yourself doing something else, then do it. And they tell you forever that it's going to be hard, and you don't know exactly how hard it's going to be until you're in it. But you're always like, I'll be fine. I mean, that being said, I have a lot of answers for what else I would be doing. Because I think that, I mean, not to get like too like woo woo or whatever, but in order to be an actor,
please woo woo
from a very large expanse of human experience. And if you don't have other experiences, if you're solely looking at life through the lens of acting, then you're not going to be able to dedicate yourself to an honest performance. There's just no way. So I think that it's just like crucial to take on as many different experiences and homes and people, as you possibly can. So I don't know. I mean, for that reason, my one of my short answers to this is librarian, or it used to be, just because I love reading so much, because it's like the quick and easy way to experience other people. It's like you don't have to go to a different country; you can just open a book. But there's a lot of tech involved in librarian jobs these days, and I don't love that so much. I just want to read the books. So I don't know. That's kind of a long-winded response, but there's
she is our Belle, basically. I'm pointing to the wrong thing. Here we go, right here.
You're pointing at it, Mario. For me, I mean, I love physicality. I went to school for kinesiology. Rumor has it. I thought a lot about doing physical therapy, and part of me still wants to do it at some point, but I don't want to sacrifice acting for it. It's kind of like, I just love the knowledge. I don't necessarily want to work as a PT. I just want to know it, because like I know a lot of people in the stunt community, in acrobatics, and I want to be able to like help them if they're hurt, but like not have to charge them. Yeah, right. But like it's really expensive.
Like literally, Brendan is like, "Hey, yo, maybe do it like this so that you don't hurt yourself." I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
because I'm lazy as hell. So,
Brendan's stupid gifted. Like Yoshi's like, I'm gonna play games for 12 hours, train for 10 minutes, and have a 6-pack. It's like stupid. So something, probably physical therapy. If I wasn't, but like, they were saying, if you see yourself doing something else, then go do that. I mean, obviously there's wisdom in that because of how challenging acting is, but I also kind of like to think I could do both. One day maybe. Like, why not? So, yeah.
Rock and roll.
Just to wrap on,
of course,
if I may, on what Claire said in terms of like wanting to do so much, because it's like if you weren't an actor, what would you be doing? It's like, where to even begin? Because there's all of these like interests, and also wanting to do like from so young. It's like there's certain years and certain projects, and you find yourself doing this one thing. And you're like, this is so cool, and I could do this forever. But like, I also want to try this out. I could do that. So it's kind of really neat to be in something that does require different kinds of knowledge, because you get to satisfy that kind of insatiable desire to try out different things. So I totally know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next movie that hires me as a cheerleader. Let's go.
Man, I think we're about to get some more on screen. Hey!
Giant monsters for food.
Zio,
no, Zio Red.
Zio Red.
What's that? That's Tommy, right? That's Tommy.
Yeah, it is Tommy. By the way, Davi, I never got to audition for gold. Gold would have been a fine color if you really wanted red. I mean, I would not have minded.
Listen, I was like, you sure it's blue? You sure? I really look good in green. Look really good.
And blue's my favorite color. So
we all could have just swapped colors. Damn.
There we go.
Yeah, I want to love
the characterization. We'll just trade out. We're good here. Oh man. That is good and wholesome. I could definitely run a TED talk off of the points you guys were just bringing, but we still have many more fan questions to get through. So let's get to our next one. This one is from Shaw. What's your favorite piece of Power Rangers memorabilia that you own? Oh, I already see the scramble. Oh, there we go.
I think mine's my Energem. I think it's my Energem. For me, like, that was the source of our power, right? The Energem was the source of our power, and the fact that it's like so easily worn on a necklace, like that, was my favorite thing. It was so kind of sad on set. I feel like, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, that we, as the characters, had to hide it, so it was always inside our shirts. That we couldn't like wear out. But I dig that we were so powerful. Yes, nice. That we were so good about hiding our secret identities, because I feel like sometimes in a lot of Power Ranger shows they forget about all that and they just throw that out the window. And I thought it was really cool that our team kept to it. Like, that was a conversation every morning. They're like, is our Energem inside or out right now? Should it be, that was something that we talked about a lot. So the Energem was a big part of us when we were filming it. I don't think it was so much when you ended up watching it, because it wasn't always shown and you don't use it to morph. But I think one of my favorite parts is that in the finale, I actually get to lead a morph and use the Energem. Like, we rip it out and then we use the Energem. So that, like, to me, the Energem is, I have like 3 Energem necklaces because I was like, thank you. Thank you.
I agree with Yoshi, but the thing that, like, hiding our identities, I feel like most people, I mean, the bad guys already knew we were the Rangers. So
Right,
where are
right,
we
right.
hiding these from? Like a civilian,
true,
oh, he's
you're
wearing
right, I
a
know.
necklace with a stone. He must be a Power Ranger. Like it's, you know,
That's true. You're right.
it's just a necklace. But I mean, the thought was there. Yeah, but I agree. Either this, I mean, or the fact that like this is now like a toy. That's really cool.
Stop it. Go away.
Hey, you'll
Yeah,
one
boo,
day.
boo.
I know. Hey, Dobby knows. Dobby knows.
Living the dream.
Love my lightning.
Right? Is it Xandar Thunder? Or Lightning? I mean, you should be in the Thunder collection, not the Lightning collection.
Why?
Because you say Xandar
God,
Thunder.
I
It's like
better.
your line.
Yeah. So I'm just like a button and you just hear like my character speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or like if they made a second. Forget it. Never mind.
Forget it.
I don't even
All right,
care, guys.
moving
I'm
on.
leaving.
Moving on.
What do you mean moving on? We didn't let Claire answer. Or, she
I know,
didn't-
I
We
was gonna
saw
say.
the visuals, but
Oh,
if you'd like to elaborate.
yeah, she didn't
That's
say
right.
anything.
I had a it's very sad, but I had this ring that I wore in every single episode. And it was so special to me. It was a silver ring with a purple stone in it. And it was so special because I wore it from episode 1 before I was even a Power Ranger. And it was this like fun little Easter egg that everyone, you know, like it was so subtle. But it was just like my own little reminder. Like, then when it finally happened, it was very, very special. But anyway, all my jewelry got stolen out of my car
That's right.
in 2020. Really just a terrible year all around. And that was in my car. Yeah. So it got stolen and I don't have it anymore. And it's very,
If
very
there's
sad.
anybody else out there that can make jewelry, hit us up.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's go. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. Let's go.
Yeah, we should have an energem with, instead of like the plastic, like it's actually a rock that is that color, you know? Like I would have citrine and Claire would have amethyst.
Citrine. You don't want it made of gold?
Citrine
yeah.
is like goldish.
Yeah, it's like that color. It's like that color.
I thought you meant like actually made of the stone. Like yours would literally be made of gold. Hers would be amethyst. Yoshi's would be what, topaz or something, and mine would be a ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever has like a
Emerald
lot of
one.
money and wants to make us energems like that.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
gemologist out
emerald
there.
one.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I see you busting out your helmet too, Claire. Looks good.
I do have it. I'm like trying to.
There we go.
There we go.
You're trying to
That
what?
full screen.
I
Here
got
we
it.
are.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So glad you guys got him.
Of our helmet.
Yeah, thank you, Yoshi. He's the one who organized
Absolutely.
that with Anarchy. Mine's in the background blocking my cat feeder. If you see
Quality.
Mhm,
Quality,
mhm.
baby.
All
Got
right.
married too, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Heyo.
Perfect timing, because I was just about to move to the next question, but I was just like, oh, wait, we have more. That is awesome. Definitely want to take that in before we continue on. And before we continue on, since we are just over halfway through, because we're burning through this. We're having a great time here.
Easy.
Quick reminder that there is still time to get your one-to-one with all of our wonderful guests. Just hop on over to galaxycon.com before the end of the panel. Still plenty of time to make that happen. And let's make some more questions happen right now. Let's see what we have next here in the queue. I am probably going to butcher this name, but I'm going to assume NA or Ini. Which was the most difficult action scene to record for you?
Honestly, here's the thing with Dino Charge is we probably in the 22, 23 years of Power Rangers had the least civilian fights in any of the Power Ranger series.
Depressing.
So we didn't really get much. I know it was really unfortunate
Yeah.
because we really enjoyed it. But it's just the timing and the timing of it exchanging hands from one exec to another. But I personally I enjoyed the fact that they took more time with the story because a lot of it was, us just running, morphing, and that was kind of it for us. But for me, I mean, I'm going to say the most fun was that there was one point where it was all, I believe, 7 of us. And we got to this place, we were fighting, we were at second unit. And then they released all of us except for me. So everybody else went to first unit. And then all of their doubles came. And my double, which was Akito Haga, got
He was
released.
my double too.
For the civilian, Akito Haga was doubling me, and then he got released, and so he went to first unit with them. I don't know if they like mixed us up or something, but I stayed with the rest of the stunt doubles, and then they were like, "All right, we're doing this fight," and then you have to like explosions in the back, and then you have to jump and fall, and I was like, "I guess I'm doing this." So I got to do everything. They put me in the wire, and at the time, like this was my first acting job, so I brought my stunt gear from the U.S. Just because I was stupid and figured I was like, I might need this. I'd never needed it, but I had that bag that day. So they were like, we need to put you on a wire. Where's Aki? Like, I'm so sorry, Yoshi. Aki's not here. Do you mind getting on a wire? I was like, I have my harness, so let's do it. And then Aki had to do some acting beats with you guys, like his back or something. He told me the day after, and I was like, what happened? Did somebody like mix up our names? Or they just grabbed the wrong person? I was so confused, but it was fun. It was fun. It was like the bee monster. I can't remember what the name of the monster was. But I had to like fly and jump onto the back of the monster. I was like,
was it like the stinging one?
Yeah, it was the sting guy.
Stingrage, I think.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. Anyway, that was the fun one that I got to do.
I thought remember that last one that we had when we had to like to storm the base, and then there was just like every monster in the world and all of us and the drones that they were using.
Mm-hmm.
There was, like so much coordination, but a lot of fun. I think that's kind of we were good with like a lot of the it was only ever difficult, it felt like, because Yoshi's totally right in terms of like it felt like we didn't fight enough, so that whenever we did fight, it was like this pleasure of like, yeah, we finally get to like do martial arts, learn choreography, and like do it. But then it would get difficult only like in certain silly instances, like, okay guys, we need to run from here to there again. Okay, we need to do it again. It's like okay, I'm back, so I felt like it was just a lot of like the running through Auckland sequences.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we had to like run so much. If we could trade in running for fighting, I think that would have been really great.
Yeah. We were very cardio-based rangers.
Running in the woods was probably the hardest thing ever because of like the mushy. Yeah, let's go to Claire for this one. This one's the
hardest. The hardest action scenes for me were. I mean, I was in heels the whole show. So
in a lab, why?
A lot of just a lot of like sprinting through muddy, rocky forests with heels on. Not easy, let me tell you. It's 100% as hard as
I think they finally like took you off the heels only on the last episode because
it was like, I mean, and to be like very straightforward, a lot of that's my fault. It was my first professional job too, and I just refused to speak up and advocate for myself. So I was like, it's fine, it's okay, I'll run through the forest in heels, and like bad idea. So I definitely fell, like hurt my knee in one of the episodes, which was not fun, obviously. But they eventually gave me stunt shoes, which were flat, zero traction, but they were flat. So
the trade-off.
What? Oh yeah, I was sliding. So that was the hardest bit for me, but it was still. I mean, like Dobby was saying, it still was just such a treat. Every time they were like, "Guys, you got a fight scene today," I was like, "Yes."
I guess
exactly like that too. It's exactly like
well, no, the energy was seriously palpable. Like we wanted to fight. The hardest one for me was probably it actually got cut from the episode, but when I dressed as the Prince of Xandar, I was supposed to do a backflip entering because like Shelby's supposed to be like, "Who's that?" And I do a backflip and go, "It's me," or whatever. Like, cause I had a mustache on and stuff. But I got injured at training. Yoshi was there. I know. I maybe it wasn't all. I mean, it was my fault. I pushed Yoshi to do an acro trick with me that Yoshi hadn't done before. And I was like, he's athletic. He'll figure it out.
I broke Brennan. I'm sorry.
He was literally I broke the Red Ranger. I was like, no, it's fine. So there's this trick called a hand-to-hand where someone holds you in a handstand. And I was like, Yoshi, you can spot me in this, or you can base me. And he's like, I've never done it before. I was like, it's fine. And so he started running with me, and then I fell, and my ankle popped, and it was like audible. And Yoshi was just running around saying I broke the Red Ranger, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like I couldn't stand on it.
Yeah. Basically, like for being a cheerleader, I'm used to putting their feet onto my hands, right? So I was like, okay, it's kind of similar enough. But when that happens, when somebody's falling, you go with them and you bring them down slowly with the hands because then their feet get closer to the floor. But it's the opposite when it's a handstand. I didn't realize that. as he's falling, I'm bringing him down and moving to the side, which then brings him closer to the floor and it comes down faster. I should be pushing up so that he could bring his feet down and have something to push off of. Anyway, lesson learned. We're not doing that ever again.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm
so
just kidding. Yeah.
Yoshi,
Someday.
someday we'll do it. Yoshi was with the director, and you were like, I think he has like a couple more in him because like I was just getting lower and lower every backflip attempt because I still had to do it, but I couldn't jump because my ankle was messed up. And
Yeah.
so they ended up not even using it in the scene. I was like, sad. But
I know. I'm sorry. I feel like this happened to all of us. Like, because Claire is. I don't know if you guys already know this. You should know this by now. Is a wonderful singer.
Mhm.
And then the one singing
pianist.
scene that we had.
Yeah, it was me. What the heck? What's up with that? Why? Why?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because she had to sing too, and then she couldn't because of something else that
And they
happened.
made me dance. James should have
Oh,
danced.
Claire.
She should have sang. I should have just done a handstand in the background, and it would have been fine.
Your rotation. They're like, tell us all of your special skills. Okay, so you do hers, you do his.
I did get to unicycle though. That was one of the special skills.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. No, it definitely sounds exactly like what must have happened. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
thank you for those skills. We're now just going to put them in this hat. We're gonna
Yeah,
shake it around,
okay, yeah, you
and
get one.
you get this, you get this, you get this.
Yeah.
It's like, good luck.
Yep.
That's your trust fall exercise. Okay, now you have to work with the person who actually is good at this.
Yeah.
Trust fall
Master
episode.
this skill in 20 minutes and break.
Mhm, mhm.
So let's move on to our next question. Let's see what we got here. This one is from Dev. Ooh, who is your favorite ranger of all time?
Austin St. John. Red Ranger.
Red Ranger, Red Ranger.
Listen,
I
I
like-
can't say anything but this one. Blue Ninja Steel is my favorite. I cannot say anything but
That's
that.
fair. Oh, it's his
I'm not allowed
brother.
to. I'm not allowed to. He's pointing a sword at me right now, so I cannot.
Legally obligated to.
Yeah. It's in our contract, So
Favorite. I really like Johnny Young Bosch. Honestly, like I all the things he's done afterwards, all the anime, like the VO work and everything. I want to do that so badly. So I don't know. He's just and like hanging out with him at a couple of conventions. Just a super humble guy. So I mean, character wise, my answer may be a little different, but like actual like one of the people I've met, I love Johnny.
Claire, if you're ever in the same area with me and Johnny, by the way, you have to roll with him. He's really, really annoying. His freaking butterfly guard, super annoying. Claire, by the way, is awesome at jits.
Ooh.
So good, so good, dude. I miss it. We'll have to play someday. Once
I know.
we can cough in each other's faces again.
For sure. I mean, that's what's so difficult. I miss fighting so much, but I'm like, when are we allowed to breathe the same air again? Who knows?
Dottie, were you with us when we went to jiu-jitsu with Austin and Yoshi? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And
like crazy. Like,
It was us and one of the stunt guys, right? Who went? I think.
Yeah, who took us?
Mhm,
Who
mhm.
invited us to his gym? Yeah, during the reunion episode, it was like Brennan, Austin St. John, me, and then a few others too. And and we all got.
Brendan almost choked me out without doing anything, just his
Dude.
muscle.
No.
He had
Oh,
me
wow.
he had me in a side like guard, and he just flexed, and I was like.
Yoshi knew because I wrestled in high school and did judo, but in wrestling, being on your back means you lose. In jiu-jitsu, it's like a guard. So like
Yeah.
my technique didn't work the same, but like I knew how to grapple kind of ish.
But his muscles and power still worked.
But Yoshi had all the technique, and I guess I just had the muscles. And so like we rolled for like 10 minutes and couldn't beat each other. And we're just like, I don't know.
You beat my spirit.
Well,
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty dude.
No, you need
Oh, there it is.
you need to pull up his recent The Boxer's short. That's
Oh.
that's the muscly one right there. That's the muscles I
baby
found.
oil on me, man.
Literally flexing on everybody.
to get you out of there.
Literally flexing on us.
I love it. I love it.
Oh man. I think Claire. What about you? Before we move on to what will probably be our final question of our wonderful panel.
Favorite ranger?
Mm.
Definitely Zenowing from Dino Supercharged.
That's Wolf Rangers. One of them.
Again, Aki Hirohaga.
Terrible joke.
I thought
what?
Kai was Zenowing too.
I think both.
He was in the suit. Yeah, he was in the
Yeah,
suit, but
yeah.
Zeno was
Yeah.
Aki.
So I mean, honestly, great. I love Kai, love Aki, but I mean, I don't know. I always say Kimberly just because, like, come on.
Yeah, pretty iconic. so yeah,
how
falling
could
into
I-
great
how could I not?
tradition.
Yeah. Listen, also, you're the first female purple. So I mean, it's okay for you to say
there
yourself.
you go.
Yeah.
Another
You
innovator
started
in
it.
Rangers history.
Yeah, you started
Yep.
it. Come on now.
Thank you so much.
Isn't she the only female purple still?
Only female purple so far, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That has been adapted, yeah. But there's one male purple, but that's it.
Well, there's two. Albert.
Oh, that's true, because Albert, I forgot about Albert. Oh my
Yeah.
god. you're right.
It was one episode, maybe
Poor guy.
two.
But
I didn't think I ever met
Wolf
him.
Ranger?
Really?
No?
I don't think so.
Oh, because you didn't go out with us.
Yeah, I wasn't there when you like did that whole
Oh,
bit.
Yeah.
I don't even
He's
know.
so sweet. Super
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Super sweet guy. It's funny that you didn't get the transfer of powers thing. Which is like,
wow.
why
In the
not?
same
I don't
sphere.
understand. Yeah. No, but I think Wolf Ranger was one of my favorite designs. Like that was the first male purple, and he was so cool. Jungle Fury was just had like some of the best costumes. Anyway, I digress.
No,
I guess
that's
not
totally fine. So before we get to our last question, just a quick
bye,
reminder,
Dobby.
there is still some time to get a one-to-one with our wonderful guests here. Of course, go to galaxycon.com. You can find all that information there. So let's get to our final question. Hopefully, Davi will be back to join us for that one.
No.
So this one is from Laura. If you had the power to do anything differently within the series, what would you do? All right, let's hear your fan fiction. what is your inter-series fan fiction for you guys? What would you
Go,
what
Yosh.
would you want to do differently if you had the power?
Hey!
Perfect timing. So to buy you guys some time to think, I'm just going to repeat the question for Davi's sake.
Oh, I got mine.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you got it? Okay,
Yeah.
so if you had the power to do anything differently within the series, what would you do? So give us your best fan fiction.
I mean, this is already everybody's fan fiction, but they should have. What was Ryan's character?
Heckle?
Yeah, he should have been. He should have been the.
Dark Ranger.
Yeah, what's
Talon.
I don't even know it. Talon Ranger, which is whatever. Yeah, he should totally have been. That clearly we were all like,
Yeah.
when is this gonna happen? When are they gonna do it? When are they? They're actually not doing it. Are you kidding
They
me?
did it
We
in,
were all.
in the comics finally.
That's true. That's true. They did do it, and I was just like, I don't understand why they're not doing this.
I
Like,
thought
it just
it was
made the most sense.
It's because he didn't buy. I thought Saban didn't buy the movie footage from Sentai.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
But they had
so-
the Navy Ranger. They could have made him the Navy Ranger. When he became good, when he had that switch in the Energem, he could have been Navy Ranger because they have that footage.
fair.
But
I don't know.
But hey, if we had the power, we would have bought that movie. Boom,
you go.
done, easy.
Power of licensing. It's
Yeah, right,
very powerful
exactly.
and potent.
Go, Claire.
I don't have one yet. Someone else.
Nah.
Go, Tommy.
I'll go. Yeah.
All right.
I would have loved. I was really surprised that Sir Ivan and Coda never had this like world discovery episode. Like that was so bizarre to me. It's like you have these two people from these opposite worlds that are completely like aloof as to like the 21st century, and then there's never a scene about how they're like figuring it out together. So
Did you ever
thought
pitch that to Chip?
I mean, I just I wasn't really pitching.
We
until-
had like a small moment, but it was with me and Philip, which I feel like would have been stronger.
Yeah,
with your
and we talked
character.
about that, Yoshi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, because the thing is, like, Philip is from the modern world, so he understood that. Like, we both didn't understand phones. We both didn't understand what burgers were. And since I was there earlier, I could have been like, yo, I know you're all proper and whatever, but check out this burger. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been a nice moment for us to, like, have that bond. And we didn't really have too much interaction, the two of us, and even, like, with Claire, like, we always thought that, like, my character saw Claire as like a mother figure, even though she was so much younger than me. in real life and in the story, like,
Yeah.
thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But we
He's
never got to foster that as much. We kind of tried to push it in as much as we can with like the side little bits whenever we could. But those are just like, I feel like little things because there were so many characters, like the writers had only, how could they, find all of that and foster all of that? And then we got this guy with his daddy issues, right? Like,
Okay, well, I would have done two things differently. Dad? Yeah. I would have made my dad have amnesia, not just, sorry, I can't come back because I'm afraid Power Ranger bad guys are going to find you, which made no sense to me. Because
you got Rust.
Anyway, yeah, so I would have made him have amnesia because then I feel like it would have made sense why he never came home. And then two, I would have made Keeper evil because we're all trusting this alien that none of us know. And Keeper's like, collect these energems for us. And at the end, Keeper's like, thanks, peace out, and like tries to kill us all. But apparently, because I actually asked Chip,
good
like,
guy.
yes, the whole time. Right? Thank you.
There we go. I was wondering if we were going to see this during the panel. That is the best deployment of that. Thank you,
So,
wonderful engineer.
that I thought, but Chip was like, we can't have kids like having mentor issues, and I was like, I get that, but a healthy amount of like, not being
Distrust. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it. Like, Keeper didn't do anything evil, but I think it would have been a cool like twist no one saw coming.
And then Heckle could have joined us as the Navy Ranger.
Joins us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're like, Sledge, how about you take this uninhabited planet in this galaxy instead of ours or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like that also in the Japanese version, Poisandra and the Blue Ranger has like a little love story thing.
They do.
And I was like, I wonder if they're going to do that. Yeah, because she becomes like, she actually ends up becoming good.
Just become a human, right?
She has a human form. Yeah. And then they have like a little thing because she was trying to like infiltrate, and then she realized like, holy crap, he's like a really nice guy, like he's so kind, and that would have been fun to do, but then they didn't end up doing that. They very rarely do like monster to human transformations in the Ranger series, but in Sentai they do it all the time.
Yeah, and I was even going to say that possible twist that we were just discussing. It sounds very on brand for the Super Sentai series. Like that definitely would have been something we would have seen in one of the Super Sentai shows. So, yeah, there we go. We found some more work for you. Get you on writing staff.
Perfect writers. Let's go.
Yeah, let's make that South Korean adaptation. Dino Force Brave. Come on.
There we go. There you go. Anyway, with that, we're going to start wrapping this one up. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us here today. I didn't realize this until we were going on air. This is basically our first anniversary here at GalaxyCon doing these live. So I believe this is one of the last panels we're doing for the day. So we are wrapping up the first anniversary of GalaxyCon Live. Very, very pleased to have shared this milestone with all of you, and especially those of you watching over at GalaxyCon's website. Of course, if you have a one-to-one, this would be the time to go into your email, click that link, and get queued up for your one-to-one. And of course, we do have stuff going on every single weekend here at GalaxyCon. So go to our website, galaxycon.com, to see all the cool stuff we have coming up and to be a part of the discussion. Until next time, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll see you again soon here at GalaxyCon. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.